Welcome to the Fluent Flow English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Carl, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Whether you're listening during your morning commute, at the gym, or while you're cooking dinner, I'm so glad you've decided to spend this time improving your English with me. Today, we're going to talk about something that I know affects so many of you. Something that might be the biggest obstacle standing between you and English fluency. And it's not grammar. It's not vocabulary. It's not pronunciation. It's confidence, or rather, the lack of it. If you've ever felt your heart race when someone speaks to you in English, if you've ever stayed silent in a meeting because you were afraid of making mistakes, if you've ever avoided conversations because you felt embarrassed about your accent, then this episode is for you. I'm going to share the exact system that has helped thousands of shy English learners transform into confident speakers. And the best part? It's simple. It doesn't require expensive courses or hours of study time. Just daily practice that actually works. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into how you can go from shy to confident starting today. Before I share the system, I need to tell you about someone who changed my entire perspective on confidence and English learning. Her name was Sarah, and 3 years ago, she came to one of my workshops. Sarah was 28 years old, working as an accountant at a small firm. She had studied English for 10 years. 10 years! She could read English perfectly. She could write professional emails. She understood movies without subtitles. But she had never spoken English out loud to another person. Never. When I called on her during the workshop to introduce herself, she froze. Her face turned red. Her hands started shaking. After about 30 seconds of painful silence, she whispered, "I'm sorry, I can't." During the break, I sat down with her. I asked, "Sarah, why are you here? Why did you come to this workshop?" She looked down at her hands and said quietly, "My company is merging with an American firm. In 3 months, I'll need to attend meetings in English. If I can't speak, I'll lose my job. But I'm so scared, Carl. What if I sound stupid? What if people can't understand me? What if they laugh at me?" I looked at her and said, "Sarah, I'm going to be honest with you. If you keep thinking like this, you will stay scared forever. But if you follow the system I'm going to teach you today, you can transform your confidence in 60 days. Not 60 months, 60 days." She looked skeptical, but she was desperate, so she agreed to try. 60 days later, Sarah sent me a video. She was speaking English fluently, confidently, with a huge smile on her face. She told me she had just led her first international meeting in English. Her CEO had praised her. Her colleagues were impressed. And most importantly, she wasn't scared anymore. What changed? She followed the exact system I'm about to share with you. The system that takes you from shy to confident through simple daily practice. Let me start by explaining why you're shy about speaking English in the first place. Because once you understand the root cause, you can fix it. Most people think they're shy because their English isn't good enough. But that's not true. I've met people with terrible English who speak confidently, and people with excellent English who can't say a single word out loud. The real reason you're shy is this. You've convinced yourself that making mistakes is bad, that errors are embarrassing, that people will judge you if you speak incorrectly. So you stay silent. You avoid conversations. You practice in your head, but never out loud. And the longer you stay silent, the more scared you become. It's a vicious cycle. Fear leads to silence. Silence leads to lack of practice. Lack of practice leads to more fear. But here's what you need to understand. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. Confidence comes from speaking even imperfectly. The more you speak, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the more you speak. It's a positive cycle. So the question is, how do you break the fear cycle and start the confidence cycle? That's what this system is all about. The system has 3 daily practices. Just 3. Each one takes less than 10 minutes. That's less than 30 minutes total per day. And I promise you, if you do these 3 practices every single day for 60 days, you will transform from shy to confident. Let me walk you through each one. Practice number 1, the morning mirror conversation. Every single morning, right after you wake up, I want you to spend 5 minutes in front of a mirror talking to yourself in English. I know what you're thinking. Carl, that sounds crazy. I'll feel ridiculous. Good. Feeling ridiculous is part of the process. Because if you can get comfortable being ridiculous alone, you'll be comfortable being imperfect with others. Here's exactly what you do. Stand in front of your bathroom mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. And have a conversation with yourself in English. Talk about anything. Your plans for the day, how you slept, what you're going to eat for breakfast, your weekend plans, your goals, your feelings, anything. Good morning, Sarah. How did you sleep? Pretty well, actually. I had a strange dream, though. I was flying over the ocean. It was beautiful, but also scary. Anyway, today I have a lot to do. I need to finish that report for work. I also need to go to the grocery store. Maybe I'll call my sister tonight. Just have a natural conversation with yourself, out loud. In English, why does this work? First, you're practicing speaking with 0 pressure. No one can hear you, no one can judge you, there's no risk. This removes the fear that normally blocks you from speaking. Second, you're training your mouth muscles to produce English sounds. Speaking is physical. Your tongue, lips, and jaw need practice forming English words. This is that practice. Third, you're building a daily habit of thinking and speaking in English. Over time, English mode becomes your natural mode. Fourth, and this is crucial, you're seeing yourself speak English. When you watch yourself in the mirror speaking confidently, your brain starts to accept that identity. You start to see yourself as someone who speaks English. Sarah did this every single morning. At first, she could barely say 2 sentences without stopping, but she kept going. After 1 week, she could talk for the full 5 minutes without stopping. After 2 weeks, the words were flowing more naturally. After 1 month, she was having full conversations with herself, and it felt completely normal. The mirror doesn't judge. The mirror doesn't correct you. The mirror just reflects back a person who speaks English, and that person is you. 5 minutes every morning. That's practice number 1. Practice number 2, the voice message challenge. This one is incredibly powerful for building confidence because it involves other people, but in a low pressure way. Here's what you do. Every day, send at least 1 voice message in English. It could be to a friend, a language exchange partner, an online community, or even to yourself. The key is that it has to be a voice message, not a text message. You have to speak out loud and record it. Start with short messages. 30 seconds, 1 minute, just describe something simple. Hi, this is Sarah. I just wanted to share that I had a really good day today. Work went well, and I had a nice lunch. Hope you're having a good day too. Why voice messages? Because they're the perfect middle ground between speaking to yourself and speaking to others in real time. With a voice message, you can record, listen back, re-record if you want, and then send. There's no immediate pressure like in a live conversation, but it's still real communication with real people. And here's the magic. Every time you record and send a voice message, you're proving to yourself that you can speak English. You're breaking the barrier between private practice and public speaking. Sarah started by sending voice messages to me, just practice messages. Then she joined an online English learning community and started sending voice messages to other learners. Then she started sending English voice messages to her friends who also spoke English. Each message built her confidence a little more. Each time she pressed send, she was telling herself, I can do this. My English is good enough. People can understand me. And you know what? People always understood her, even when she made mistakes. Because communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Send one voice message per day in English. That's practice number 2. Practice number 3, the confidence journal. Every evening, before you go to bed, I want you to spend 3 minutes writing in your confidence journal. This is different from a regular English journal. In your confidence journal, you write about 3 things. 1. What English did you use today? Did you do your mirror practice? Did you send a voice message? Did you have any conversation in English? Did you listen to English content? Write down everything you did in English today, no matter how small. Today, I did my 5-minute mirror practice. I talked about my work project. I sent a voice message to Maria about the weekend plans. I listened to an English podcast during my commute. 2. What went well? What are you proud of? Maybe you spoke a complete sentence without stopping. Maybe you remembered a new word. Maybe you spoke a bit faster than yesterday. Acknowledge your progress. I'm proud that I didn't stop or restart during my mirror practice today. The words flowed more naturally. I also used the word exhausted correctly in my voice message. 3. Tomorrow's intention. What will you do tomorrow? Set a clear, simple goal. Tomorrow, I will do my mirror practice right after I wake up. I will send a voice message to John in the language exchange app. I will speak for 30 seconds about my favorite food. That's it. 3 minutes of writing each evening. Why is this so powerful? First, it creates accountability. When you write down what you did, you become aware of your practice patterns. Are you actually doing the daily practices? This journal keeps you honest. Second, it focuses your attention on progress, not perfection. You're not writing about your mistakes or what you did wrong. You're writing about what you did and what went well. This positive focus builds confidence. Third, it creates momentum. When you see yourself writing day after day about your English practice, you realize, wow, I'm actually doing this. I'm actually consistent. I'm actually improving. This realization is incredibly motivating. Sarah's confidence journal became her favorite part of the system. She told me that reading back through her entries after a month was emotional. She could see how far she had come, how her confidence had grown day by day. 3 minutes before bed, write what you did, what went well, and tomorrow's intention. That's practice number 3. Now let me put this all together for you. Every morning, 5-minute mirror conversation. Every day, 1 voice message in English. Every evening, 3-minute confidence journal. Total time, less than 15 minutes per day. That's the system. That's how Sarah went from being unable to speak a single word out loud to confidently leading international meetings in just 60 days. But I need to tell you something important. This system only works if you're consistent. You can't do it for 3 days, skip 4 days, do it for 2 days, skip a week. That won't work. You need to do all 3 practices every single day for 60 days. No excuses, no exceptions. Even when you're tired, even when you're busy, even when you don't feel like it. Because here's the truth. Confidence is built through consistency. Every single day that you show up and practice, you're sending a message to your brain. I am someone who speaks English. I am someone who practices daily. I am someone who is getting better. Miss a day and you send the opposite message. Maybe I'm not serious about this. Maybe I can't do this. Don't send that message. Show up every day. Let me address some concerns I know you might have. Carl, I don't have anyone to send voice messages to. Join an online English learning community. There are dozens on Discord, Facebook, Reddit, or use language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. Or send voice messages to me. I'm serious. Find my contact information and send me a practice voice message. I respond to as many as I can. What if I make mistakes during my mirror practice? Good. Make mistakes. Make lots of them. That's the whole point. You're practicing alone specifically so you can make mistakes freely without fear. Mistakes are how you learn. I feel awkward talking to myself in the mirror. Everyone does it first. But that awkwardness goes away after a few days. Push through it. The awkwardness is just resistance to change. Your brain will adapt. What if I can't think of what to say? Start simple. Talk about your day. Describe what you see around you. Talk about your feelings. Ask yourself questions and answer them. If you run out of things to say, just describe objects in your room. The content doesn't matter. The practice matters. Here's what you need to understand. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build day by day, practice by practice, word by word. Every single confident English speaker you've ever met was once a beginner who felt scared. The only difference between them and where you are now is practice. They spoke even when they were afraid. They made mistakes and kept going. They showed up every day. You can do the same. Sarah did, and her life changed completely. She's now working at the international headquarters, leading global teams, traveling for work. She told me recently, "Carl, I can't believe I was once too scared to say a single word in English. That feels like a different person, a different life." That can be you. 60 days from now, you can look back at today and think, "I can't believe I was once too shy to speak English." But it starts today, right now, with a decision. The decision to commit to these 3 daily practices for 60 days. So here's what I want you to do immediately after this episode ends. First, do your first mirror conversation. Right now, 5 minutes. Go stand in front of a mirror and talk about why you want to improve your English. Do it before your fear talks you out of it. Second, send your first voice message. Find one person, one community, one place to send a 30-second voice message introducing yourself in English. Third, start your confidence journal tonight. Buy a notebook or open a notes app on your phone. Write today's entry. What English did you do today? You listened to this podcast. That counts. What went well? You made it through this entire episode. That's great. Tomorrow's intention? Do your first mirror practice. Take action today, not tomorrow, today. And then do it again tomorrow, and the day after, and every day for 60 days. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Because I've seen hundreds of people just like you transform from shy to confident using this exact system. Your English is good enough. Your accent is fine. Your mistakes don't matter. What matters is that you start speaking today. Thank you so much for listening to the Fluent Flow English Learning Podcast. I'm Carl, and it's been my absolute pleasure spending this time with you today. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. We're here every week with practical, actionable advice to help you master English. Leave a review and let me know if you're going to try the 60-day confidence challenge. I read every single review, and your feedback helps other learners find this podcast. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe you have a friend or colleague who's also shy about speaking English. Send them this episode. Learn together. Support each other. Accountability partners make the journey easier and more fun. Before we end, I want to leave you with some wishes from my heart. I wish you courage. Courage to speak even when you're afraid. Courage to make mistakes and keep going. Courage to show up every single day. I wish you patience. Learning takes time. Building confidence takes time. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small wins. Trust the process. I wish you consistency. May you find the discipline to practice daily, even when motivation fades. Remember, motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. I wish you joy. Learning English shouldn't feel like torture. Find joy in the process. Laugh at your mistakes. Enjoy the journey. Celebrate your progress. And most of all, I wish you confidence. May you discover that you are capable of so much more than you think. May you find your voice. May you speak boldly, freely, and authentically. You've got this, my friend. I believe in you. Now go practice. Until next time, keep flowing forward with your English. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. This is Carl from Fluent Flow English, signing off.